Last time out on the network, I rebuilt Stowmarket goods yard yet again to try and improve efficiency on my freight network. This major rebuild is part of a brand new project that I discussed in the last episode. We're now going to have dedicated machines and tools trains running across the north of the map, delivering more cargo and helping our towns grow. Hey everyone, it's M4J here and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. I'm at the newly rebuilt Stowmarket station. First thing I need to do is rename this to Stowmarket Head Shunt, and it's the only one now. So we don't need to have up, down or any of that malarkey. Things are going well, I would say. Things are going pretty damn well indeed. This train here should be running into a platform. Why are you not running into... Oh, I didn't do... Oh, dear. That's not good. Where is Stowmarket goods yard? There it is. So you're going to go into platform 5, I guess, with all of these as backup. And now, hopefully... Are you moving? Yes, you're moving. I have unintentionally, by the way. We might see it in action in a second. If this train runs into one of these two platforms here, it's probably going to be the one on the left because that one's already occupied. This one is now leaving, which might cause a problem. Nope, it actually hasn't. This one's now going to start moving forward. It's going to occupy one of these three. So we can, in theory, have, two trains arriving at the same time. If one's coming out of here into one of these platforms, one's coming off the main line into one of these platforms, this one here can still leave onto the main line. So, accidentally designed this somewhat okay. Yeah. So in theory, if there was a train here now, it would actually be able to depart still, which is kind of cool. Unless it was occupying the head shunt, of course, in which case, no siree. These trains are coming along. They're struggling up the hill a little bit. We might be better off putting some extra locos on them. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I've seen worse, that's for sure. Where are you going? You're just transporting over to here, aren't you? You don't go anywhere else. You're just a waypoint, right? You're not actually picking... What are you picking up? Oh, you're coming over here. Okay, yeah, no. We'll leave that line doing its thing. It's actually making money, so why would I disrupt that? I need more iron ore waiting here to come back down the hill. Either that or we just have a massive coal line. Although we've already got too much coal here. And you're full too. These trains are not the fastest. Let's put it that way. We do need extra locos on them. I might actually do that now quickly. Let's do... Actually, I'm going to do these one at a time because it might cause problems if I don't. So you are Dean Goods, if I'm not mistaken. There's actually a rebuild one here, which is more powerful. So do you know what? Actually, no, I'm still going to do them one at a time. Let's not mess around, Mark. Dean Goods, rebuild, stick that on there. And we're going to flip you around like so. And yeah, get a little bit more power out of this. So the current ones, 40 miles an hour, 476 horsepower, 76 kilonewtons of tractive effort. That goes up to 45 miles per hour, 612 horsepower and 80 kilonewtons. So the actual tractive effort doesn't go up a huge amount, but everything else does, which is encouraging. So yeah, it's worth exploring because it might be able to get up that hill a little bit quicker. Not replace, edit. And getting up the hill is basically the priority right now. We need to make sure that these trains can actually get up the hill fully loaded. Otherwise, uh-oh. There we go. Next on the agenda, and the actual topic of today's episode. Over here at Cockerhead, I've done some rebuilding. You'll notice there's some tracks now that run through the middle of this. These tracks are actually the main line, for want of a better word. And actually, I think I want to redo how they're connected up over here. Is that going to remove the signals? No, thankfully. Yeah, let's do this a little more methodically. I want you to... Oh, you absolute swine. Is it not going to let me do that? Why is it not going to let me do that? Alright, do you know what? We'll just have it as it was. Speed is not the main factor here. The main factor is the fact that these trains can just pass straight through and carry on. And the reason we're doing that is because today we're going to set up a dedicated line that's going to carry steel. That's the first one. It's going to start here at Stafford. It's going to run through Cockerhead, up to Scarborough, then down to Stowmarket, then back to Scarborough, and this is only carrying steel. And it's going to deliver it all to this place here. That's the plan. And the reason it starts at Stafford, and I'm probably going to regret this, but Stafford is actually a place for steel, as you can see. So it kind of makes sense to set this up. The steel's coming from over here. This line, one of these lines, this one here, it's the traction engines. It brings the coal and the iron ore down, and then it brings steel back. And as you can see, there's actually a fair amount of steel waiting here too. So let's set this up. We need a line. You are going to start here, run to here, skip there, come up to here, down to here, into there, back to here, and then back to here, and then back to here. So at Stafford, let's say platform 4. I don't think we have any trains going into platform 4. You are going to load steel. Stafford head shunt. Again, I don't think we need the east in the name, so I might take that out. I cannot read those numbers in the slightest. Which one do I need? Track 3. That's fine. 2 is the backup. And you are going to not do anything else. At Scarborough, you are going to unload that steel. Stowmarket, I think track 1 was correct. We'll check that in just a second. And then at the goods yard here, let's say you do track 1 as well. Going back to last episode where I was talking about splitting them all up. We've done a full revolution now, so it's going to start there again. Load up with more steel. Back to the head shunt here. I believe you are track 3 this time. Do all of that. We'll come back to that one in just a second. Let's set this up first. And then again at Scarborough. We actually need to set the platforms up. We'll do that in a moment as well. But you are only unloading steel. Right. At Scarborough, let's have a look. So I think keep it to the odd numbered platforms. So you're actually going to be track 5. We'll have 3 and 1. Like so. Platform 1 there is fine. And we'll have 3 and 5. Like so. Just check over here that I did this the right way round. Stowmarket head shunt. 1 in, 3 out. That seems to be the case. You're almost the right colour, actually. I think we might go with like this colour. And we're just going to say steel. And then you are Stafford to Stowmarket. I think there are other... Yeah, there's that steel line. So maybe if I match the colour to that one. Easier said than done, of course. Possibly that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 5 from the bottom. Yeah, that'll do. Whatever. Then we're going to set up the other dedicated line. So we've already got planks coming in to here and here, thanks to our little plank train from Cockerhead up to Scarborough. Those planks are also being brought over here as well, I believe. Is that the case? Do you have... Yeah. This line isn't very populated, but it might be in a minute. Although you're not... Yeah, you're not really seeing much anyway. Which is kind of annoying. I don't know. Let's set up the little train, though, that shuttles back and forth between Scarborough and Cockerhead and delivers these things. So it's going to be machines and tools, and machines and tools again. So really, you're only carrying tools actually south from Scarborough. To the east, you're just carrying machines. That might make life a little bit easier. So we're going to start here. We're going to run down to here. back up to here. Yeah, I know. And then down to here, into here, and back again. So let's sort out this end first. So it's the head shunt here, that's fine. Do this, do that, and do that. This end is that, and that, and that, and that. Here, yep, track 2 is fine. And you are unloading tools and machines. And then at Scarborough, on this one, you are loading tools and machines. And for the numbers here, I think we're going to say... I need to remember which one's which. I think it's track 2 is the one I want. Scarborough Goods Yard. No, track 4 is the one I want. And we'll have 2 as the backup. At Cockerhead, any of the tracks is fine. I'm not that fussed. And then here it's 2 and 4. You are only loading machines at this point though. And here you are only unloading machines. That may change in the future. In fact, do you know what? Just for the sake of it, we'll say tools as well. Just in case Cockermouth does start accepting tools again. Alrighty. And then over here at Cockerhead, maybe we'll try and occupy just these 2 tracks maybe, which are 6 and 5. There you go. I did that terribly wrong. So you are mixed Stowmarket to Cockerhead. Can't spell. There we go. And your colour is that. Right. We don't need big trains for this. We just need to keep a constant flow. The tip that Olivier gave me in the comments was match the rate of the line to the production. So over here, production can go up to 200. So we need a rate really of up to 200. So let's grab... do we have a steel train on the way up at all? You watch now. The answer is going to be almost definitely no. Yep, there's one heading away. In fact, that's a lumber train, so that doesn't even count. Yeah, see, this is part of the problem. Trains are too far apart. There's one. You're heading up to Toaster, where you might do a big drop-off. But yeah, we need more here. We need to just be better. So maybe from... Let's do it from here. We'll get this going. So do I need to break the bank on this train? I don't think I do. You can almost get just an Armstrong, isn't it? Oh. It's an Armstrong rebuild as well. Maybe we'll just get an Armstrong rebuild then. Cargo-wise, flat wagons will be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 80 capacity. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 18 I think was the limit. That's when it slipped. I'm hoping I can get a brake van on this without it slipping. Oh, you bastard. Alright. We'll do 16. There we go. And we're going to grab 2 of these. These are expensive. And you're going to go on the steel line. Like so. Let's check that first. What's your rate? 119. Is there stuff waiting for that? No. But that might be because we need to wait for something to be dropped off here and it to flick over. Is that... Oh no, you're a mineral train. That's fine. Let's keep you open and pinned, and we're just going to scroll down there and look at that one. And hopefully this will start populating. The frequency's 13 minutes, which isn't great. And actually, already I'm thinking maybe more smaller trains is what we need, rather than, I don't know. I just don't know. That's the thing. I just don't know. I'm also tempted to get this flat train, this one, and not have you run via Scarborough anymore. So the steel has to go on. Why don't I just do that as well? That's going to save some time, isn't it? So you're going to start at Stowmarket, and at the end here, after Toaster, you're just going to run to Stowmarket again. There you go. So now you're only running. Yeah, that's fine. So then steel here. Any steel now to Scarborough has to use this new line. It can't go any other way. So here's where I'm hoping. Oh, I need you to run around train as well. And technically you are heading in the wrong direction. I want you going forwards up the hill. I just want to check. I did do this properly, right? So Stafford, so Stowmarket, you are loading steel. Scarborough, you are unloading steel. And then at Stafford, you are loading steel. And Scarborough, you are unloading steel. Yeah, that's correct. I just feel like I've done goofed on this now. Are you still going up to Scarborough? Scarborough Machine Factory, there's 11 there. What about you? Do you have steel waiting? You do have steel waiting, so that's encouraging. That's very encouraging. Do we do the same thing? Do we get this line and have it terminate here? No, actually we can't, because you've got construction materials still that need to come up here. Although nothing up to Scarborough. Excuse me. So we could curtail that line at Cockerhead as well. That's not the worst idea. So let's this line here. So you are still dropping off construction materials here, so you can't skip this station. But if we say, how do we do this? Because yeah, you're still picking up to go back down the hill. Okay. So let's say this line coming out of Cockerhead, heading south. Actually, first of all, heading north. When you stop at Stafford, you are no longer picking up steel. You are only unloading. Yeah, unloading steel and also unloading construction materials. You no longer go to Scarborough. We'll get rid of that one. And then at Cockerhead, you are only unloading construction materials. And then at Stafford on the way back, you are loading steel. Technically, you're not unloading anything. You're just loading steel. There we go. That's now got steel waiting. This should all be steel heading north now, which it is. Okay. Starting to happen. So I need to just double check that I've got that. I've interpreted that comment correctly. So if I've got it wrong, that's really bad. View all. Bear with me, everybody. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. Again, it was such a helpful comment. I'm very, very grateful for it. So yeah, rate. I'm looking for rate. You're not matching the production rates of your factories and the rates of your supply lines. The effect is that your factories don't level up and even go down in levels. Your goods factory in Haltwhistle used to be level 3, now it's back at level 1. Same for the food processing plant in Southport. Is that so? Where's Southport? Oh, this one. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That is spot on. That used to be a lot higher than it is now. Because I've messed around. For a factory to level up, you need 3 things. Meet its production demand, bring enough raw material for it to process at maximum capacity. For example, a level 1 oil refinery can produce 100 oil. You need to bring a rate of 200 crude to satisfy that need. Okay. Transport all goods from that factory. Production rate is 100, then the line carrying the goods has to have a rate of 100. So in this case, we have a rate here of 119 coming out of a steel mill that has a rate right now, at least, of is this the production one, right? Yeah, production rate. So right now 96, so it's more than it needs to be, which is fine. Where's that train going? Oh, you're a hopper train. Yeah, you're fine. You're empty, which is troublesome, but you're fine. Yeah, now there's a lull between trains, which I guess is a good thing. Sure. Just gonna smile and nod on that one. You're a lumber train. You should just be powering through. In fact, you are doing very well right now. I'm happy about that. 10 steel now. So yeah, the new problem is we're not actually bringing in enough raw materials here again. And excuse me, iron ore is the culprit. Nearest iron ore mine is there. I feel like there did used to be one closer. There is still this one. We could maybe truck iron ore in. We're not bringing it by train anymore. Either that or from here we truck it over to here and load it on this. But then this is... That's not the problem. The problem is elsewhere. So I think the rate here is fine right now. Link it to customers who require enough of the products. That's what the shipment tab means. It's the rate that the total amount of consumers linked to that factory require. So again, to select this one, the shipment is only 84. So it's only actually producing right now what it needs. That to me is the issue. And then for it to level up, all 3 of these need to be at the max. So this is going down, which is bothering me. It's the rate that the total amount of consumers linked to that factory require. So it's only producing what it needs. So we need this to go up for this to go up. That's what I'm reading. Which means this needs to be leveled up as well, no? Excuse me. I do apologise. My throat is troublesome at best, shall we say. We have stuff at Stowmarket. We do have stuff at Stafford, but we are let down considerably by the capacity here, which we can't increase because me, smart genius that I am, built the main line too close. Now I could rebuild the main line and then add an extra platform, and then that'll allow me to build more cargo buildings, or we need to transport more oil. So one of the solutions to that would be to clone this. Actually, it's not even that. That's dumb. It's increased the size of the trains is the problem. So let me just have a look at this quickly. So again, we don't need to go mad here with this. We'll go with the rebuild. Actually, we might go with a Dean for this. The rebuilt Dean. Cargo. I just need something that can carry oil. Look at that. Much bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Select all of these. Excuse me. I'm going to try not to clear my throat directly into the microphone, but there's a chance it may still happen, so apologies in advance. Alright, oil, this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's a huge upgrade, 180 compared to whatever it was previously. $234 capacity. That's got to be worth doing, right? Although, how long are the platforms here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 240 length. I think I've made this too long. Oh, you're joking? It's literally one too long. Alright, hang on. Edit. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Oops. Two two seven, 227, 227, 227. There you go. Get 3 million back. Can I see the line that you're on now? The rate is 183. You are picking up from here, right? Yeah. And that's maxed out. So once this transport goes up, which it should start to do now, we should see a result. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. So yeah, very, very helpful comment. And it's definitely changing the way I'm looking at this network now. So I'm very appreciative of it. We still need to work to get more steel on the line. One of the ways to do that, I mean, here is a bottleneck, is the amount of oil. So the frequency now is 14. That was higher before, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 18? Where are these trains? Right, you're heading down to Halt Whistle. Where's the next one? You're heading up to Stafford. Okay. You haven't got a huge amount on board. You're stopped at Halt Whistle. Correct. And you are heading into Cockerhead now. Why are you? Oh, are you picking up fuel? Yeah, okay, I think you're picking up fuel. Oh, yeah, from this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we need to get more oil. Which is what this one is. Here. We need to get more oil up the hill. So again, you are producing how much? 200. We need a rate of 200 on this line. And right now we have a rate of 183. So that goes back to we need another train. There you go, 229. And you are just coming out of Halt Whistle now. Does Halt Whistle have a huge amount of stuff waiting? There's oil down here. Actually, there's quite a lot of oil down here. Some of which is going to Hale. Okay. And again, down at Hale, we have the same problem. This, well, I mean, the rate is above 200, so that's fine. And if we can transport as much of it as possible, same with you. Yeah, all right. So the oil one should now be okay. And then hopefully over time, excuse me, this will start taking care of the capacity issue that we've got over here at Stafford, which means we can then have more steel waiting here, and so on and so forth. I'm not quite sure where the tools are coming from. Here? Is it this one? Must be, right? Oh, yeah. No, again, sorry. We have a line here, don't we? So the steel gets brought from here to here, and then there's another steel line from here over to here, turn into tools, brought back. That's fine, actually. I'm okay with that. That's all good. Yeah, I just need this tanker train here to start rolling. Please and thank you. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, I'm feeling like we need to add... There's already four platforms here. I feel like we need another one. Because this is so slow. 74 waiting there to head up to Cockerhead. It's the one waiting to head down that's the interesting one. There is a train on its way. Is it you? No. Are you still there? You're still there. My word. Yeah, you've got 198 capacity. That's going to be huge. You're doing alright as well. So let's check that one too, the silver bars. Because that was another issue. So yeah, the rate. Let's talk about the rate. That's where it was all going wrong. So this one, Holt Whistle to Scarborough. Rate of 151. This has a rate of 200 required. Just not carrying enough stuff. Spreading the load too evenly, I think, was the issue. Having trains that can carry too much. Excuse me. Which is something that I've said previously. We're trying to do too much with our trains. And yeah, that seems to have now been proven. Can one of these trains please start moving? Why did it have to be that one? Are you heading to Stafford as well? Yes, you are. That's problematic. You're heading to Cockerhead, so you're going to be... Excuse me, I'm sneezing now as well. My God. Well, I think this is going to be my last video of the day recording. Yeah, everything is slowly... I mean, this is not going to be making money anytime soon, is it? No. That's a huge drop. What happened there? The maintenance went up. Yeah, because we bought new trains. Okay. Something else that was brought up by Olivier was the fact that if we have... Oh, here we go. We've got some capacity again now. If we have 2 goods factories, was the example, on the network. Where was I going with this? Have I just forgot what I was about to say? Oh my God, I've actually forgotten what I was about to say. Oh, Mark, what is happening to you today? Hang on, let me see if I can just remind myself. It was to do with capacity and rate and things like that, wasn't it? Trying to carry too much stuff on trains. Cough, cough, cough. Then a big sneeze. And my mind has just gone... I've sneezed it out of my head. Is what's happened. Completely sneezed it out of my head. It was something to do with goods factories and too much stuff. We could probably have a look at this stuff over here as well, actually, and remove some of it. Yeah, I don't want this connected anymore. I think it was to do with if you have... Oh, okay. I might have said this previously, but I think this is what it was. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up soon. This goods factory here has a shipment, let's say 100. Right now it's not 100, but let's say it is. This one up here also has a shipment of 100. Or at least potential. Now let's say that all the towns combined only equal 50. So that's already half of what each of these can do. Then you consider the fact that these are competing against each other. I'm just going to take another drink. Bear with. The point is they end up countering one another. So they never produce the full amount. So you could be delivering constantly what it needs, but it will never actually realise its potential. And that's kind of a trap, that we were falling into as well. I'm just going to quickly here build another little line that hopefully... Too much curvature. Oh, damn it. I was hoping from here I could get it to come out and connect up there, so that we're not always waiting for this one line here to become free. But that seems to be impossible, so we're just going to be constantly waiting. Now we've got to wait for one of these. Or we wait. No, we're waiting for this one now. Perfect. Oh man. Again, apologies for coughing. Yeah, the objective now is to get rid of as much of this oil here as possible through running trains. What would actually be more beneficial for this line is to have a direct oil connection just from Stafford down to Haltwhistle, because that's where it all seems to want to go. Excuse me. Yeah, right now it wants to all go to Haltwhistle. I think to get loaded onto a boat. Only a little bit wants to go up to Stafford. Now that is part of the problem, is this one here. We actually want more heading up here to get turned into fuel. But again, you can kind of see the problem is we've got 100 here being brought in, which is what we need. But it's not being brought in fast enough to actually be turned into anything useful. There's nothing being stored. That's kind of what we want. We want stuff being stored so that we're providing more than we're producing. And that's a total of 22 there. And if I was to check Stowmarket, Stowmarket needs 8 fuel. And actually we're fully supplying that. But let's say, I don't know, Woodstock. Woodstock needs 96 and we're only producing 80. So there's a huge surplus that we're not covering right now. You're running the wrong way. Yeah, you need to go forward up the hill. You're coming in and loading again, right? Yeah, so that's how slow this whole operation is. That the next train has actually arrived whilst we're faffing around here. There's a huge bottleneck here. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm still really not a huge fan of my throat. I think this junction here could be closer. That's something worth looking at as well. Right now though, I think I've kind of made my point with what I want to do here. You're also heading the wrong way. Where's the other one? So you're heading to Stafford. It's this one. Yeah, this one needs the timetable applied to it as well. Technically, you need another train. Has your rate dropped? Why is your rate dropped? That was 119. Is it because of the waiting or something? What happened there? Let me try and get this sorted. Right. Steel. Right the way down here. That's not right. Steel. Stafford. Unbunch. Oh my god, the mod. The mod. The mod. Right, you. 10 minutes. And then at Stowmarket, we can now actually do unbunching as well. 10 minutes. That's fine. Oy, oy, oy. So you're now coming in and loading up, even though there's basically nothing. for you to load up on. This line's going to lose us so much money right now. Yeah, we're hemorrhaging money. I think the last thing I want to do then, kind of the last Hail Mary to make this work, is to look at this. You right now, you've got a rate of 210, which for this at least is more than enough, and it will be the same at the other end as well. You, in theory, you should be rising, although the steel here is the problem, isn't it? This line, which has a rate of 139, which should be... Yeah, see, it's not high enough. It's the maths. It's the maths. It's the maths. We have these trains, though, that can be 320, I believe, in length. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I think, let me just check this as well. Do we have new gondolas that can carry more stuff? These ones can carry 7. These ones can carry 8. There's no others that carry more than 8, are there? No. So actually these are the ones, and these are cheaper as well, I think, than the ones we were using, which I think were these ones. Actually, no, you're more expensive. Maybe the ones we were using was this one. No, you're using the red ones, which is that one. So you are actually more expensive, but you can carry almost twice as much. Okay. Don't make me regret this. Let's take one here as an example. In fact, let's do train 3. And then let's remove all of these. And let's try and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 26. Capacity of 208. Whereas previously it was, I want to say 150. So let's look. Your capacity, oh my god, 208. Your capacity, 150. So yeah, we've increased the capacity on the train. Maybe we do that across all of them. Here. So let's do that again. It was 26, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. One. Just get it up to 208. There, and there goes all my money. But these should start now carrying more, and really it's only up the hill to Stowmarket that we're getting the benefit there. Although there is stuff waiting here to come back down again. Oh man, I do apologise again. Right, this train's about to arrive. There's 1.2 million loss right now for it. As it comes to a halt, let's just slow down time. It should turn into a profit, I hope. Yep. 3 million exact. Now it's going to load up for the downhill trip. Yeah, and I mean, obviously it's nowhere near where it needs to be, although it's almost full up on coal. So that's cool. Where's the next one? You're now leaving. Are you full in any way, shape or form? No. I think that whole extra right now is not loaded, so it's only got 150 on board. You look really short. You were. Hopefully you get up to speed relatively quickly. Maybe it's just going... Oh, you're going downhill here as well, so you should pick up speed pretty quick. Yeah, you are. Alrighty. I don't know what else to say in this episode, to be honest. Hopefully this will start picking up now. And I think, yeah, from now on, what I might do actually in the next episode is completely forget about the existing network. And we're going to head down south somewhere. Let's find a chain of industries that we could use. I was hoping there'd be a steel mill around here somewhere, because there's places here that would be useful. I mean, kind of Spennymoor. There, and there. Not as useful as, again, I would like. Although, actually, here, 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 as well as here, here, and here. That would have been very useful. There's also this, 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 and this. So I think next time we're going to head to Spennymoor. Let me put that note down because I'm not doing it right now. Oops. Spennymoor. I can't spell. Spennymoor and Chipping Sodbury Networks. Okay, I should know what that means. Basically, we're going to take grain from here to the livestock farm, livestock to the meat processing plant, then meat up to the food processing plant, and then bring that down to here. We're also going to get grain from here over to here, and then that food down. And again, those two food things are going to compete, so it might actually make more sense to just do one. But we're also going to get the logs from here, turn them into planks, turn those into tools, and then bring those tools to Chipping Sodbury. That might be the good way to go. And we're going to test this, we're going to test this rate thing and see how we go with that. I think. Is that the right way of doing it? There's a quarry there. That would have been useful to have a few episodes ago as well. That is probably going to be the best one to do. Because otherwise, yeah, we're going to suck so hard. Oh, did I lose the mail sorting at Toaster? I did. So in that case, this train here, we're just going to send you to the depot again because you're not doing anything for us. And actually over here, that vehicle we'll just sell it. Actually, we're not going to make any money off of it, but none of these. There's a Rugeley one as well somewhere. Yep, you. Oh crap, all not needed anymore. This one. Oh, you've already been done. That's fine. Good stuff. The one at Holt Whistle has probably already been done as well then. But oh no, you are still running. Oh my god. Yeah, no wonder we're losing money. Although saying that, that was a good time. In fact, that's interesting. We made more money. Okay, so it's fluctuating, but we were very briefly back in profit for a moment there. which is very interesting indeed. Okay, yeah, we need Stowmarket steel mill to produce more. And again, the problem's here. Too much steel heading south. And there's only a train every 15 minutes and the rate is appalling. So this is never going to increase with that while it's reliant on that. So therein lies an issue. These passenger trains as well could do with being upgraded, but there's no point right now whilst things are as they are. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap it up here though, guys. We've got the plan for next episode. We're going to test it out. We're going to see how it goes. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're enjoying the series so far, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Yeah, have a good evening. I forgot my outro for a second there. Have a good evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.